All right, I'm jumping in for the most odd and unique pop culture POV, at least in my opinion, but I don't know. My dear friend Jordan, for so many years, DJ Shakee, I've known him for nearly 20 years. When I say nearly 20 years, I mean nearly 20 years, has literally been one of the people who taught me how to, I don't want to say like do broadcasts or do podcasts, but like a lot of the technical stuff. So I actually am not a fan of doing streaming live like this, but I'm new at it. And I definitely would never stream something that I'm not all the way familiar with, like this song. But Jordan, you were like, you kind of came up with the topic. So
I gave you other ideas, and I just randomly threw that out there because I said, "Oh, well, that's
it's
like a
new, it's fresh,
it's a
and
new pop song."
yeah, it begs the question: are you freaky deaky? Not you in general, but it begs the question. Like, I feel
Maybe that's
like
part of the conversation.
yeah, it's I always wonder with songs, not wonder, but I always get excited about like what's the summer song. Now it's a little too early for a summer song, but like it's kind of a nod to like, all right, we're getting through the winter months. Are you freaky deaky? So on one hand, I'm like, Jordan, Shakee, I'm old as dirt. Why am I going to talk about this young song? But then again, I thought in both of our respective careers, you as a DJ for so many years, me with radio and broadcast and podcast work that I've done over the years, working for damn near everybody. Um, we're always going to be exposed to it. So let's talk a little shit or good if we like the song. So did you like it? Like, did you like the title Freaky Deaky? Like, what was your thoughts? Because you're a DJ, even though you like real music from back in the day. Um,
As you know, I'm wearing a J Dilla hat. We just finished J Dilla month, February.
mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean I don't mind some good old commercial pop music. I used to hate a lot of it, but
You
um,
did. Yeah. Me and Jordan worked in radio nearly 20 years ago. Like that's where we met, Clear Channel, Los Angeles, 20 years ago. And you used to hate it. You're better with it now. Like now you kind of have two switches in your brain, like for
well, okay,
authentic.
so let's actually, I guess let's go back to that. Back then, I didn't like stuff like I was not into in the club. I was not into Get Low, Salt Shaker, but I love playing that shit now. But back then, when those were out, I also did like stuff that was super poppy. Like I liked the Justin Timberlake shit when it was out. You know what I mean? Um, it's kind of the same now. I think I, it's, I like an extreme of stuff that's like really poppy, but then
Mm,
on the hip hop side, I like stuff that's a little more eclectic, a little deeper, like wearing a J Dilla hat. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
um, and I think it kind of holds true to like stuff that's out now. Like I like stuff like Anderson Paak, although he's getting real popular too. But I'm not as much into stuff that's a little more like that most people would like. I don't want to pinpoint things because just
Yeah.
because I don't like it doesn't mean I won't play it.
I think the struggle though with you being a DJ of the time that you came up, starting being a DJ as a teen, you end up really trying to be very authentic to the craft. So like the last thing you want to do in your 20s is like kind of mess around with like real mainstream crap music. And not to say that this song is that, but I will say
Right.
even in my own personal life on a different level, like when I was a teen, I really didn't want pop music. And now I go back and I'm like, yo, New Kids on the Block were great. I got no problems,
Oh, I like New Kids on
Dua
the Block
Lipa
back
to
then.
me, huh?
I said I like New Kids on the Block back then. So
Yeah, I'm just saying I think you have different chapters in your pop music
sure.
vibe. Although this song is not necessarily a pop song, but it is as mainstream as you're gonna get. What type of vibe did it give you? Did it give you that whole like, oh, it's a summer song? Did it feel more R&B ish? Like, how did you take it?
I thought it just kind of had that groovy, like kind of smooth, kind of dance floor ish. It's almost like that roller skate feel. You know what I mean? Like I've liked a lot of songs like that. So I guess to jump straight to it, I like the song.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, um, I'm not like Tyga's never been like a rapper that I name when like, oh, name some of your favorite rappers. Like it's like Tyga's never one of the first person I would name. Um, but and 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 it's not maybe not fair to him, but I don't know, the first song I remember from him, and this is I think back when we were still in radio or just out of radio,
Yeah,
was
like
that
mid 2000s. Yeah. Hmm.
early 2000, mid 2000, that coconut juice
Hmm.
song with the lime and the coconut, and I'm like, yo, this song is corny.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he probably I'm willing to bet he probably thinks so too. It doesn't feel like something he does now, but I associate him with that song all the time. Probably not fair to him, I get it. But this this song with Doja, I like this song.
Yeah. Trying to do, what did you call it? Like a roller skating rink vibe is I feel like it
Yeah.
falls flat a lot when people do try to do that. I think a lot of people, not that it was a roller skating rink vibe, but I'm one of the few people who didn't love the Silk Sonic situation. Like it was okay, but it was definitely not to fawn over. But that's because I come from listening to so much 70s music, as do you. I was like, this feels like it's like a Nickelodeon packaged version of like that
Okay,
vibe. So
so
I'm saying like not every attempt does actually go through. This one actually did
I
make me feel good, but again, let me just finish my point here.
yeah,
It might have been that it's just coming out of winter. It's kind of like, getting your mojo together and you're like, yeah, let's get busy. I think that might be it too.
um you're not the first person I've heard say that they didn't like the Silk Sonic stuff. I actually
Yeah.
did. I thought it was cool.
But is
Um
that because you like Anderson Paak generally, and
I
it's
like
kind of like,
Anderson Paak and Bruno Mars. And okay, my thoughts on it, I was expecting a little more,
mhm.
true, but I still liked it. It's still catchy as hell to me. I still like what they did. Uh, one of my friends, Abe, you know Abe.
Mhm.
Abe feels it's
Also a
overproduced.
DJ, yeah.
Yeah. So Abe said he feels it's overproduced. I thought it was just pretty much that, but I don't know. I feel a lot of it's intentional. So like it's a little like tongue in cheek kind of funny. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they're not taking it too seriously. Like they know they're being silly with it, but they're still making catchy ass songs. That's just how I felt about it.
Yeah. I
I
I
don't
got
think. Oh, sorry. I don't necessarily think that this Freaky Deaky song is trying to be that. It just kind of happens to fall in that lane.
I just feel like I'm too old to say freaky deaky. Like it just doesn't sound good from
But it's
I'm
also
over 40 years old. It doesn't work. But will I tell you, does it make me feel something? Like, does it make me get like a little excited about the summer months, or spring and summer? Yes, I have that. And Doja's fun to listen to. So even if you didn't follow it in the vibe of Tyga, you still like
right.
she kind of gives you this like and I'm typically not into this with my pop music. Like I'll lean more towards a Dua Lipa heavy all the time, Dua Lipa, but I don't really like that like some of the, and this is not pop per se, but the imagery from like a really like when she does it, like the bubblegummy, not bubblegum music, but the pink and of the Nicki Minaj like aesthetic.
Hmm.
I don't really like that all the time, and I feel like I'm a little more like Dua Lipa gave us like disco vibes, which worked for me.
Sure.
Tovalo gave me disco vibes. I'm not saying that's what Doja's trying to do, but I felt like it this song kind of worked. It kind of like blended a lot of those things together. Am I wrong on that? I mean, what'd you think?
No, no, no. I get what you're saying. Well, first of all, going back to Freaky Deaky and
You
us
could
being
say it.
old,
You're over 40 years old. I can't. I feel
but
silly saying
that's
it.
but people have been saying that since we were kids, and it was always old people. It sounds like a old like it sounds like such an old person thing to say.
It certainly does
And
sound
and
very Bernie Mac. Yeah, it does. I mean, it's definitely that. I'm not gonna lie that you know you're right,
yeah,
but I just
it's a very old person thing to say when you're like unintentionally being funny because you were trying to be cool. Like that's what Freaky Deaky sounds like to me. Like it
it
doesn't
really
nothing.
does sound like Frankie Beverly and Maze is playing on a Sunday. The grill is going, everything is good, and somebody who's of older age, older than us. We're getting old, but somebody
Yeah,
much older than us is like, oh, look at her, she getting freaky dicky. It
yeah,
is old school. It's
exactly,
so funny
exactly.
that why is that bugging me though? But it is bugging me a little. It's old school though. the word. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
super old. It's like such an old I
Damn
don't even want
it.
to call it old school. It's like an old person thing to say, which is why
Shakee, I
it's
don't
kind of
want you to be
funny.
right about this, but you are right. So I don't okay.
But anyways, so like Doja and the Pink, yeah, I get what you're saying. But like, so first of all, I'm a fan of Doja Cat, right? Like,
Okay.
I thought she was weird when she came out. The first song I heard from her was that Moo song.
Mm.
Um,
But she's
you know
just
which
grown
one I
on
mean,
you?
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah, well, once she's grown on me because like her shit is super catchy. Um, I don't know if like I like it because of lyrical content. That's probably not the case. It's just catchy. She's I think she's cute. She's nice to look at. Um, she comes from the dance world, so like I come from
Oh,
that as
right.
well.
Yeah.
So she was a dancer, and then like
How'd you
a
know
few
that?
months back.
I wasn't aware of that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She's a dancer. Like she
Mm.
would battle. You could look her up on YouTube. Like she has videos of her battling. She's a popper. Like
Okay.
she's in circles at battles. And a few months back, I don't, maybe a couple months back, sometime last year, she was on her Instagram live and she was listening to Little Brother while she was on her Instagram live talking to her audience, and she stopped and she goes, "Yo, this is like one of the illest verses ever," and she just like recited the whole Little Brother verse. So I thought it was like, "Oh, that's dope. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool." Like she obviously coming from the dance world, like she's like a hip hop head and she knows music and all that. So
Well, maybe
um
yeah, that's probably the best thing about her artistry is that maybe she came in one way, like packaged one way, and
yeah,
what you like about her is maybe the anticipation. You're like, oh, okay, I know she could pull from this and this and this. And I will say that is a thing about artists that you do like to see.
right.
Unfortunately, every artist has to come in one lane, but boy, when they could take off and you
Sure.
could really see all their influences, I
Yeah.
admit it is nice.
It's a funny thing is too, like kind of on that note, like, but reversed. I was wearing this exact Dilla hat at my gig on Friday or Saturday or whatever. I was at one of the bars, and one of the guys comes up to me while I was setting up. He goes, "Excuse me, I see you wearing a Dilla hat, so we can expect some good music today." And I kind of looked at him and I was like, "Well, I kind of still have to do the job, but
Hmm.
I try to throw some in when I can." So
Yeah,
it's
no,
kind
it's
of
it's based on the venue. But
yeah,
no, I mean you don't rock that look and not be authentic with it. You have to know your
right,
stuff, which you do because you've been DJing for, a large amount of years. So
a long
you
time.
totally know it. Can I tell you or ask you, so Doja, you're kind of feeling her on that vibe for this song,
Mhm.
but could it have been somebody else as far as Tyga, or do you think he was the right person for the fit? I mean, this was right.
Um,
I feel like I don't know much about him. You
they're
referenced a
both from
couple of songs from
both
back
from
in the
LA.
day. Yeah.
Uh, okay, to be 100% honest, this song, as catchy as it is, both people could have been anybody.
Damn. Oh, well,
The
I mean,
it would
yeah,
have
but
still
yeah,
been just
but
as
why you gotta
catchy,
say it
just
like
as
that though?
no, and I don't necessarily mean I
Yeah.
don't know if that's like a good or bad thing.
Mhm.
Like, uh, maybe they wrote the song, right? But it could have been like I don't know who the other like it could have been another. Not that I would, maybe Tyga is the right one for it,
Yeah.
maybe.
Well,
But singing the hook, you could have put like you said, like a Dua Lipa or someone else singing the hook, and it
I
would have
have a
been
bad habit, and this is anyone checking this out. Again, first thing they're going to say is, "Why does this dusty old 41-year-old have anything to say?" But it's my channel, so I do what I want, I suppose. But secondly, I've noticed, Jordan, Shakee, I've noticed that I find a way to talk about Dua Lipa a lot. On a lot of my episodes, we could be talking about you and I were talking about a couple TV shows. We were talking about 911 Lone Star, Call Me Cat, just different things. We're just talking. We're talking about Star Wars sometimes. Jordan loves Star Wars. I'm not of the liking. But I end up always equating everything, or not equating, but I end up always finding a way to say, well, what about Dua Lipa?
if Star
Like
Wars came out now, Dua Lipa could be on the soundtrack.
yeah, she's just so like perfect to me. She's like, how people
Is
like
she?
Rihanna a lot. I feel like Dua Lipa's gonna have that in a little bit. Not like personality wise, but like you're a musician, but you're like such a style icon. But maybe Doja could have that too. So again, I'm not trying to come onto this channel or this episode rather and speak about comparing anyone. It's just interesting to talk about the landscape of the market. That's really what it's
Right.
about.
Um, I okay, I like her. I like her,
Mm.
but I also feel she's kind of interchangeable right now. I haven't seen anything about her that stands out to me just yet. Like
Which one?
Dua Lipa.
Oh,
And I know we're like off
episode
topic now. Now we're
over.
talking about Dua Lipa,
It's okay.
but like, no, don't get me wrong. I like her. I think she's great, but I confuse her with Bibi Rexa or Rita Ora. They're all kind of interchangeable to
Listen,
me.
my friend of 20 years, you are a straight man, so you're just not gonna catch the Dua Lipa like you should. So I'm gonna let you live. I'm gonna let you just have it. But Dua, yes, yes, Dua is it.
Yeah,
Um,
like I
eh,
said, I think she's great, but I don't know from the DJ standpoint. I don't see any difference in her that makes her stand out from the others, other than her name now. Yeah, I love that
okay, we'll
levitating
revisit.
song.
We'll revisit.
Catchy as hell.
Right now it's about the Doja Cat and Tyga song Freaky Deaky, but we will revisit because I will guarantee you, Dua's like on another level. Like I like Tova Lo as well, but I don't know that that's ever gonna be, monumentally successful. Not successful. Like I don't even like the words I'm using, but no, I won't fight you for Doja, and I won't fight you for Tovalo. But don't you
I
say
look,
nothing about Dua Lipa, okay?
like I said, I like her. I like her. I like her songs so far. She's nice to look at. But anyways, we're talking about this song.
Yeah, what are your final thoughts on the song? What are your final thoughts on
Um,
the music video itself and like just the whole vibe? I did like
the,
the colors. I mean, I know I sound like such a like use more educated words. I like the colors, but I
right.
did. It was fun. Like I feel like every TV show is so freaking dramatic. The world has been dramatic, some very serious stuff, and a pandemic for 2 years. Sometimes you do really want to get freaky deaky. I
Yeah,
gotta maybe push
yeah.
back
Look,
on what I said earlier. Maybe
so I
that's
like
like,
yeah.
yeah,
So I really like the song. It's super catchy. The video is a cool video. The effects are dope. I can tell though in like maybe 5 to 10 years that I will know that that video is 5 to 10 years old because of the lighting.
yeah.
Um, the pink and blue lighting. I'm kind of just scrolling back to it. The pink and blue is it's a very typical colorway right now that I see a lot in things. Oh, in this photo you have up, they also have the pink and blue look a little bit.
She's always
But
gonna go style wise and give you something. Yeah, that we could rest assured. Like she'll always take
yeah,
chances and be silly. Not Katy Perry silly, but like, yeah.
right, right. Hey, look, to be fair, going back to not to go back to Dua Lipa when we're talking about Tyga and Doja,
See,
but
you can't stop talking about her.
see, when Katy Perry first came out, I thought she was pretty interchangeable too, but she stuck around long enough that like, okay, I kind of see where she's at.
Oh gosh, my least favorite pop star, probably. What a mess. No, I don't like Katy Perry at all. She's got one song I like. I mean, I'm not saying I've listened to every single song ever made, but Teenage Dream was a good pop song. But Katy Perry, could you imagine having dinner with Katy Perry? That would be so boring. I could never, Jordan. Never. I
I
can't
don't
believe
know.
you think she's interesting. You think she's
No,
interesting. Would you, if she hired you to DJ at her birthday party, would you do it? I would not. I mean, I don't DJ, but you know
yeah,
what I mean.
I would because
That
I would charge
ah,
accordingly. Why would I not?
what a boring. Oh, and her silly. Yeah, she's not for me. She's not Dua Lipa heavy. No, 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 no. Katy Perry, not for Ronnie.
That's
Anyways,
the
we
thing. I
just
don't
want to do.
know. I don't, and it's become a Dua Lipa show now. But I don't know. Like I said, her music's great, but it's interchangeable. I think she's great to look at, but I don't know what she's about. I don't know
Which one?
about her.
Who are you speaking about
Du-
now?
Dua Lipa. I don't understand. Like I still don't know what
I
she's
told
about.
you I'll school
She's
you.
just
We'll,
a
we'll do another. We'll do another episode.
all
Don't
right.
you
We'll do.
worry.
That's another thing.
Yeah, we'll do
Let's
another
just
pop culture POV.
yeah,
Talking more about Dua Lipa. Again, there's other pop culture POVs that have already talked about Dua Lipa, so don't you worry.
sure.
We take care of her. Right now,
We'll
it's about
finish up.
Doja, and yes, Doja could be
So,
interchangeable to a degree, but you
but
did mention.
I'm a fan. I don't
Yeah,
know if she's necessarily interchangeable, but this song, whoever is on it is interchangeable. And that's not necessarily a
yeah,
plus or minus. It's a catchy ass song. I like it a lot. I will probably play it often until it becomes a hit.
yeah. There's a fine line between the competitiveness. There's so many artists. They're all like kind of trying to grab that same success. So they're all trying
Mhm.
different things. Some are, keeping it more authentic, some are keeping it more commercial. So yeah, I don't knock either of them because it's all of them. It's
I
hard.
think
It's a
Doja.
hard industry. It's a microwavable industry. Pop it in, pop it out, kind of a thing. So to have that staying power is definitely not easy. People that I've loved, I was like, oh, they're going to be around in a couple years, and they're not. So,
I think Doja Cat though is on that kind of the same cut from the same cloth as like a Nicki Minaj in the sense that she raps and sings
mhm. Yeah, you might
and
be right. Yeah,
rocks a lot of pink in her videos.
yeah, that part I just don't like. Like, see, I don't know why I don't like it. It's too like bubblegummy, but not like literal bubblegum, but like too
Yeah.
like like I like a J Lo, but I don't like a Britney. Not that I'm like hating on Britney, but I like a J Lo. Like I like a little like I like a Janet. I like a Madonna. Um, I like a Rihanna. I don't like uninteresting people like Katy Perry. No, but Doja is good, and I think she's got a future. But we everybody is going to keep trying. Some people have to reinvent, and she's hitting hard right now. And this is going to be a pre-summer song, so yeah, why not?
I mean, look, she's definitely interesting to me. So
I
just
think
her look
Jordan.
and
I think
her
I think Shakee just thinks she's cute. That's what it is. You just think she's pretty.
well, that too.
Oh my gosh, this episode is over. Of course, let us know what you think about the song "Freaky Deaky" by Tyga and Doja Cat, and we'll do another episode all about Dua Lipa. And of course, on the YouTube channel, RandomlyRonnieJr.com, there'll be a full series that I'll be doing with Shakee called Shakee and RJ, which we'll be doing on Twitch as well. So there's
Yeah,
too many damn things going on. Yeah, it'll
this is
just be
like a unofficial episode 0 or something like that.
yeah, yeah. It's going to literally be I guess the way I phrased it is two like friends for nearly 20 years, just about 20 years actually in May when I started working at the radio station that kind of don't have any similar interests. I mean a couple, but like you're Star Wars, I'm Real Housewives, It's just we're very different, but the conversations are funny, so we're like let's do a show on it. But this was about Doja Cat, this was about Tyga. I hope you enjoyed it again. Just talking a little junk, not trying to be mean, just trying to have fun with it. The show is over. Shakee, I'll talk to you later. Do you have any final words for your pretty, Doja?
Oh,
Doja
I
Cat.
love the song. Like I said, I'm gonna keep playing the song for a while, probably through the summer at least.
Mhm.
Adding it to my roller skating set. Other stuff. There's other things in there too, like uh, you're just gonna have to listen to it.
There we go. Well, I know your skill set. You've been doing this for a long time, so you could go many different angles. So, thank you for stopping by on a Pop Culture POV,
Yeah, thank you.
popculturepov.com or popculturepointofview.com. We have the video or the audio version. So we make it simple. And go support my Patreon, damn it. That's what really needs to happen. Forget
Right.
all the other stuff. I try not to
Go buy
curse
a
on the show
T-shirt.
anymore. I don't know
Yeah,
why. Okay,
go buy a
I gotta
T-shirt.
go. I'll see you.
All right.